Let's go ahead and get started with the day's news. The Senate resumes debate this morning on a House-approved bill to fund the government through mid-February or face a shutdown at midnight tonight. Democratic Senator Chuck Schumer offered a days-long funding measure to buy time for a comprehensive deal on spending and immigration. Republicans say those demands are holding the government hostage. Montana's lone representative Greg Gianforte was one of Thursday's 230 yes votes to stop the shutdown. He said, quote, "I voted to keep it open as well as to reauthorize the Children's Health Insurance Program, which serves 24,000 Montana kids. I regret Nancy Pelosi and Democrats are playing political games and threatening to shut down the government over illegal immigration." Montana's Republican Senator Steve Daines said he fully intends to back the bill as it comes to the Senate for a vote. Senior Senator Jon Tester says this is just a temporary fix for a long-term problem, but there are key elements that would persuade him.
These continuing resolutions don't solve any of those problems, and it costs taxpayers money. It is time to say enough is enough, and that's what I've said. Give us a long-term budget deal that works for the American people, that meets the needs of the American people and our military and our national security and our domestic programs, and I'll vote for it. But I'm not going to vote for these short-term pieces of legislation that don't work for America.
Other news that's new this morning, the California couple accused of starving, abusing, and imprisoning 12 of their 13 children pleaded not guilty yesterday. Prosecutors say the children were malnourished, chained to beds, and were not allowed to shower more than once a year. The torture and imprisonment charges do not include the couple's youngest child, who is 2 years old. Closer to home, a Montana legislator turned drug dealer is headed to prison. Former House Majority Leader Michael Lang downplayed his role in meth trafficking, but the judge wasn't swayed and sentenced him to 18 years in federal prison. The judge criticized Michael Lang during the hearing Thursday after he described himself as a naive bystander misguided by a friend. Judge Susan Waters told Lang he knew exactly what he was doing when he trafficked more than 20 pounds of meth from Mexico to Billings. This wasn't Lang's first prison sentence for dealing the drug. In 2014, he was sentenced to 16 months in prison for selling meth in California. Months later, Lang was involved in a massive operation that involved $70,000 worth of drugs. Lang, who actually donated to drug prevention organization Montana Meth Project, claims he never meant to harm his community. Before handing down her sentence, Judge Waters noted that Lang served 3 terms as a legislator, saying he has no excuse not to follow the law. Investigators say Lang had as many as 15 co-conspirators. The Billings area man who was sentenced to prison for the murder of a Glasgow woman 2 years ago now admits he kidnapped a jail guard during an escape attempt. Jay Witkowski pleaded guilty earlier this week in Valley County District Court to 1 count of kidnapping. Prosecutors plan to recommend a 40-year prison sentence to run consecutive to the 80-year sentence Witkowski received for the murder of Evelyn Garcia. Witkowski admitted that he and another inmate overpowered a female detention officer and stole her keys this past August. But the 2 men could not escape from the secure area and were detained. A sentencing date has yet to be set. In Yellowstone National Park, some of the 52 bison that escaped from a special holding facility near Gardner earlier this week have now been located. Yellowstone officials plan to monitor the movements of those bison and say they will attempt to capture any of them if they return to the Stevens Creek area. In the meantime, the park has opened a criminal investigation into the incident. Investigators believe the bison were intentionally released from their pens, damaging those pens in the process. Anyone with any information about this incident is encouraged to call the Yellowstone National Park tip line. The size of Montana's expanded Medicaid program continues to grow, and state officials say it's also helping people find employment. At a legislative committee meeting in Helena, state health officials announced Medicaid expansion is now covering 91,500 low-income Montanans. That's 9% of the state's entire population. It's also more than twice the number of people the Bullock administration estimated would be covered at this point in the program. Expanded Medicaid provides health coverage to low-income adults, with federal funds covering most of the cost. State labor employees also mentioned they've contacted 21,000 people in the program to offer job training assistance. Continuing our coverage, TransCanada announces it will now move forward with construction of the Keystone XL pipeline. Company officials say they've landed commitments to move 500,000 barrels a day through the 1,900-mile line that would partially cut through Montana. TransCanada says it is now working with Nebraska landowners on easements and has started prepping for construction. TransCanada President and CEO Russ Girling says over the past 12 months, the Keystone XL project has achieved several milestones that move us significantly closer to constructing this critical energy infrastructure for North America. Jane Klebe of Bold, Nebraska, a group that opposes the pipeline, says TransCanada clearly does not have the support necessary for this project, since the company could secure just 500,000 barrels per day in its 830,000 barrels per day capacity pipeline. TransCanada says it will go through the permitting process this year and expects to start primary construction in 2019. Our last story this morning takes us to Missoula, where country superstar Keith Urban plans to make a stop for a single show this fall when he hits the road. Urban will appear in the Adams Center on September 29th with opening act Kelsey Ballerini. Tickets will go on sale through Grizz Tix, the Adams Center box office, and the usual outlets next Friday, January 26th at 10 a.m. Urban's Graffiti U Tour will support his new album, kicking off in St. Louis with 58 shows in the U.S. and Canada through November. Great.